Well, thank you all for coming. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to translate Sri Chaupai Sahib in a very basic form so that we can understand it, and we can also start externalizing and seeing how this relates to our emotions, our feelings, our life. How do we incorporate this Bani into our life? That's what we're trying to do here. And we'll see how it goes. My name is Randeep. And yeah, let's get started. Not wasting too much time, I guess. So this Bani, Chaupai Sahib, Guru Gobind Singh Ji wrote this Bani at Chaupai Sahib Gurdwara, on the bank of Satluj, and let's go through it and see what it's about. So if we look at this page, I'm sharing this page with you guys, and hopefully you guys have printed this out and have your own copies of this. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna write the definitions with you. I'll write them in Gurmukhi and then English as well. And I want you guys to write along with me. So that's the first step. That's the first thing we're gonna do. So ek oankar Sri Vaheguru Ji ki Fatah Paat Sahib Dasaveen Kabiyo Bach Benti Chaupai. So ek oankar. So I'm going to start translating this here. So if you guys can write with me, write along. So that's Gurmukhi ek oankar. So ek oankar, I mean, what does ek oankar really mean? Ek oankar means there's one creator. There's one Vaheguru. Sareyan de Prakashak. What we say Dvait Rahit in Gurmukhi, the one that doesn't have duality. So there's Ek Oankar. Siri means Shromani. So we can say, like in plain Punjabi, we can say Sab to Vade. So in English, Siri means biggest. Vaheguru means Vaheguru, Vaheguru Ji. Let's just write that out. G ki G D so Vaheguru Ji Di Fateh. So like in English, it's like Jena Di, like that person whose Fateh, whose victory it is. That's how we would take this. Fateh here means victory. Jet, victory. Pashahi Dasmi. Pashahi means like the king of kings. Pashahi could also mean Paat Sahi, Izzat Malaka. So the one that protects your honor. So king of kings, or the one that protects your honor. I'll just write Raje, Takht de Malaka, the one that sits on the throne. Pashahi Dasmi. Dasami, the 10th master. So the 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, is the one that's writing this. So the 10th king. And then it describes, it says, Kabiyo Bach Benti. Kabiyo means like a poet, you know, like a kavi. Kabiyo would be a poet, a shair, a kavi. Bach means to speak. Bachan kehna, bolna. So Maharaj bolde ya. And what are they saying? They're saying this, they're saying Chaupai in a request form. So benti karde ya, ardas karde ya, Akal Purkh ji agge. Chaupai. So Chaupai means that which has 4 sections. So if we look at the next lines, it says right here, let's look at that. Hamari karo haath da racha. 1. Puran hoye chit ki ichha. 2. Tav charanan man raha hamara. 3. Apna jaan karo pratyapara. 4. So that stanza which has 4 sections, that poetry which has 4 sections. So Chaupai. So in Gurmukhi, we would say, you know, char pada wala shabad. Or we could say shand as well. So ik oankar. So on the right hand side, you guys have this place where it says translation. So let's just work this out. Ik oankar Sri Vaheguru Ji ki fateh. So the fateh, the victory, is of Ik Oankar, the biggest, the Sri Vaheguru. Ik Oankar Sri Vaheguru Ona di fateh. So the victory always belongs to the Creator. The victory is always of Vaheguru. Pashahi Dasmi, Guru Gobind Singh Ji is about to speak. The poet Guru Gobind Singh Ji is about to speak in the form of a request. And Chaupai is the style that he will be speaking in. So if you can write that translation on the right-hand side, summarize it as to what it means to you, and write that. I'll give you guys about 2 minutes, and then we will move on. So what we're writing, maybe some of you guys have further questions. What we're writing is just a basic translation of what this means right now. We're not trying to dive deep or anything. We're just trying to understand what Ik Onkar Sri Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh, the victory belongs to the one, belongs to Ik Onkar. Pashahi Dasmi Guru Gobind Singh Ji, in a poet form, is about to speak, is about to do a request to the Creator, and he's about to do it in the form of a Chaupai. The style he's about to do it is in Chaupai. So that's what we're trying to write in the translation section here. It's literal translations. That's what it literally means. Okay, can we move on? Should we move on, guys? All right. So what do these lines mean to you? Let's leave that empty for now. Once we go through all of Chaupai Sahib, we will come back to this section here and we will summarize everything that we've learned and we will write it here. So let's move on to the next lines. So Maharaj is, you know, as you go through this, as you go through Chaupai Sahib, you might start to realize, you know what, like you might start developing a deeper relationship with Maharaj through this. You're starting to understand certain things at a certain level. You're starting to talk to Vaheguru, doing your own beinti. You know, Guru Gobind Singh Ji is teaching us how to do beinti to Vaheguru. Like he's doing it himself and teaching us, like my kids, like this is how you do beinti to Maharaj. And so it's laid out for us. So as you do this, you might start realizing that, you know, my relationship is developing deeper with Maharaj. So a lot of beauty that will come out of this as well, from that form. So it goes, Hamri karo haath da racha, puran hoye chit ki ichha, tav charanan man rahe hamara, apna jaan karo pratipara. So we'll do this in sections. So Hamri karo. Hamri means meri, mine. Das and das di. The reason I'm saying das just means servant. Das and das means like servant of servants. So it's pretty much meri. I usually write das and das, you know, trying to keep myself as in that mindset of a servant. So mine, my, karo, to do. Maharaj tasi karo. Haath means hand. That means deke. You know, give me your hand, Maharaj. Hey, Vaheguru manu apne hath deke meri raksha karo. Protect me. Maharaj meri raksha karo. Hath deke. So what is a hatha? I mean, Maharaj's grace, Vaheguru's grace, Maharaj kirpa rupi hath hunda. So that's the hand that we can talk about here. I mean, in the physical form, you know, Guru Gobind Singh Ji around the sects back then or any of the gurus. I mean, they can say physically as well, you know, mara hath deke meri raksha karo and all that kind of stuff as well. Right now we would take this as mara kirpa rupi hath deke meri raksha karo. So puran hoye chit ki ichha. Puran means puri ho jave, to be fulfilled, to be completed. So ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਪੂਰਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ, so chit, what is chit? We can say chit is man in one form. We can say chit is also that location where one remembers the creator. That jaga, oh chit de vich, you can also say mind here. And there are four parts to the man. Chit is one of them. So to keep it simple, we'll leave it at man, the mind. Puran hoye chit di ichha means desire. So puran hoye chit ki ichha, may my chit's desire be fulfilled. Hamari karo haath da racha. Maharaj, give me your hand, give me your protection. What's the protection? Puran hoye chit ki ichha. Meri jehdi chit di ichha hai, Maharaj, wo bhi puri ho jave. So on the right hand side, if you guys could take a couple of minutes and just write those translations. So hamari karo haath da racha. Maharaj, give me your hand and protect me. Mara hath dege raksha karo. Puran hoye chit ki ichha. May my chit's ichha become fulfilled. May my heart's desire, my mind's desire become fulfilled. All right, guys. Are we ready to move on? All right, let's move on. I mean, let me just throw this out there when it comes to desire. I mean, according to the Gyanis out there, there are four types of desires. You know, whatever work I'm doing, may that become accomplished. May I have honor? You know, that's another desire. May I have sukh? May I have, like, you know, peace? and comfort. The last desire is the desire of meeting the one. May I meet the one. Um, I just, maybe some of you wanted to know that. I thought I'd just throw that out there for you guys. I wanted to know that, but desire, that's that. So if we move on to the next two lines of this Chaupai. So tav charanan man raha hamara. Tav ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ. Let me just change this font for you guys. Okay. So ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ so in English we would say your charnan, feet, man, mind, rah, stay, hamara, mind. That's the English. So ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਤਵ ਚਰਨਨ, charan kamal, kamal, people, you might hear this in Katha a lot. Charan kamal, kamal just means a lotus flower. So referring to Maharaj's feet as beautiful, like a lotus flower. That's why people, you might hear Kathawachik saying Charan Kamal. So Charan, Charnan means Charan. It's beautiful how Maharaj writes in poetry. We'll see it as we go along. Use beautiful wording. Man is man. Rahe means to, mera man rahe, to stay. Hamara, das da, mera. You know what I mean? Mera jehda manya thode charna ch rahe. May my mind always be absorbed in you. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji saying this to Akal Purkh Ji, to Vaheguru, to Ek Oankar. So let's move on to that second part, and then we'll come back and we'll do the translation for both of them. So apna. Apna jaan karo pratipara. So apne jaan ke samajh ke तुसी करो महाराज करना करो की करो मेरी पालना करो. So apna, so here apna means like, for those of you know, we got some people from Brazil out here and other parts that don't speak Gurmukhi and Punjabi. So apna really means mine, but as we're about to write it here, it means like menu apna jaan ke, think of me as yours. If that makes sense. So I'll write it out for you as yours. So you're speaking to, Vaheguru Ji right now, saying, think of me as yours. So apna jaan ke. So jaan means to understand. Karo means to do. Formatting's off here. Pratipalna means to raise someone. I'll just write it right here. you know, to raise someone as like a palana karo, raise me. You know, you could take this as a child as well, raise me as your child. So apna jaan, menu apna jaan ke, think of me as yours. And palana pratapara, meri palana karo. Maharaj idda karo, please do that. So tav charanan, let's go back and write the translations on the right hand side. Tav charanan man rahe hamara. So tav charanan man rahe hamara. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਰਹੇ. May my mind always stay at your feet. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. May my mind always stay at your feet. A very humble way of saying, may I always be thinking of you. May I always be absorbed in you. Utilizing feet. And then apna jaan karo pratipara. Think of me as yours. Apne samajh ke meri palana karo Maharaj. Think of me as yours and raise me. Right? Think of me as yours and raise me. I'll let you guys write that out. So chit is where one remembers, you know. Both is your intellect. Chit is where one remembers. So, you know, is that the mind? Is that the heart? I don't know. I really don't know. It's a good question. All right, can we move on? Are we good or we need some more time? Yes. Pratapalna, if we want to write as upbringing, yes. Mara meri palna karo, upbringing, absolutely. All right, can we move on, guys? So a lot of people are asking questions around, can this be translated this way? Can this be translated this way? And I ask you guys to wait for that section. And this is the beauty of translations. You don't need to ask me. You guys really don't need to ask me. This is what we're trying to do. And you guys are already about to do it. You guys are like jumping the gun. But just give me, I just want to get through one more section before, what do these lines mean to you? Well, what you guys are writing to me right now, that's exactly what you're going to write down here. Wait for it. Please wait for it. Um, just because of time, if we could get through this section here, हमरे दुष्ट सब तुमका हो आप हाथ दे मोहे बचाव sukhi baza moro parivara sevak sikh sabha kartara. If we could get through that, and then we will definitely have some time to write our own translations and what this actually means to us, and what were the things that people are saying. Pratapalna, upbringing, can we do this as upbringing? Can we, Aparna Jans, consider me as your own John? I'm like, oh my God, beautiful, right? Like, how do you guys come up with this? This is beautiful stuff you guys are saying right now. Like, this is what I mean. Like, your relationship with Maharaj is your own relationship. So the thing when it comes to translations is you got to be able to prove your translations through Bani. So Bani's got to be able to support whatever you say. And if you could do that, then we can flow with it. These are akhariyarth. What you guys are writing right now, what we're doing is just literal definitions. So man, bodh, chit, hankar, what's a man made of? It's made up of those 4 elements. These are things I can refer you to kathas where you can listen to, and they'll dive deeper into what each of these things are. And you can look up Mahan Kosh if you want to understand what is this Cheta. If you look at Chet in Mahan Kosh, you might get a better answer than I would be able to provide you right now. Both as an intellect, Hankar as an ego, and how does that get utilized in the man? What is the man? All beautiful stuff. We'll send out for those that are wanting to understand this a little bit deeper. We'll send some of that out to you guys. So if we move on, hamre dosta sabha tumka vaho. Here we go. Hamre means mere. So if we're writing this in Gurmukhi, dost means doshmana, enemy. So hamre, mere, my, enemy, sabha, all, sare, tum, aap ji, ka vaho, maar, maar deo. My bad. Katha going on. Hamre dost. So hamre, mine, mere, dost, enemy, all, aap ji, you, kavho, destroy. So hamare dost savetam kavho, mara destroy all my enemies. So once again, you guys are probably going to ask me, can an enemy be this? Can an enemy be that? Like, I mean, that without me influencing you right now, let's see how you guys write it. But yeah, I mean, enemies can be multiple things, right? Yeah, leave it at that. Aap. So aap haath da. So once again, Maharaj is talking about that hand, right? Aap haath de ke. So If you want to write Mainu, I'd write Das no bacha lavo. So aap, so you, Maharaj, aap ji. Once again, haath da, give me your hand. Give your hand to me, mohe, me, and bachavaho. What do we want to say? Protect me, save me. So, hamare dost sabay to mukavaho. Hey Maharaj, mere sare jehde ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਆ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਮੁਕਾ ਦਿਓ ਆਪ ਹਾਹਦਾ ਮੋਹਿ ਬਚਾਓ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ give me your hand and save me ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਚਾ ਲਵੋ so ਹਮਰੇ ਦੁਸ਼ਟ ਸਭੈ ਤਮ ਮੁਕਾਵਹੁ so Maharaj please destroy all my enemies your basic translation that's your basic translation please destroy all my enemies. And the second part would be apahat da mohe bachavaho. Give me your hand and protect me, Maharaj. Save me, Maharaj. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to write that out. Give you guys another 30 seconds or so and then we'll move on. हमरे दुष्ट सबे तुम कावहो आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा सेवक सख्य सबे करतारा. All right, guys, let's move on. Sukhi vasai moro parivara. Sukhi, sukh vich, sukh naal. Vase. Mera. Once again, I mean, that mera is the little translation I always write. Das, da, das, and das, da. Parivara means parivar. Coming to the English side now. So sukhi, in ease, in comfort. I sometimes find it difficult to translate Gurbani into English. Sometimes I feel like I can't find the words. But Sukhi, I was talking to one of the Singhs as well. Sukhi, how would we translate Sukhi into English? And we had a difficult time But this is what we come up with. And if you guys do find something that fits it better, please do advise, or write it yourself as well. Sukhi basa, vase, reside. Moro, my. Paravara means family. So Sukhi basa moro parivara. So the thing about translations is, especially when it comes to Gurbani, you don't always translate from the beginning to the end. Like if we just look at this line, Sukhi basa moro parivara. So if we were to take moro and put it in the beginning, moro parivara, my family, Sukhi basa, sukh de vich vase. So you could translate, you could pick up different parts of the Bani and translate it. You could put stuff in the beginning, put some of the words in the beginning, put some of the words after. You don't always got to flow with the line, because it's such, if you listen to, any sort of poetry, you realize that, like, you could play around with the words a bit. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji, a phenomenal, beautiful style of writing he has. Yeah. So Sukhi basa moro parivara, we'll come back to that. And then let's just Sevak Sikhya Sabha Kartara. So Sevak, I mean, like, Sevak is a servant. I would translate that as like a Gursevak. Sikhya, Sikh jede Sabha, sare. Format, where is this? Sare. Kartara means, Rachanhar. Kartara means the one that creates. Rachanhar, we can say in Gurmukhi. Well, what straight, it means Vaheguru. So Sevak, so the servants, the Sikhs, all. Sabha means all. Kartara once again means creator. Karta Porokho. The Porkh that created everything, the one that's a creator. So if we were to translate these lines, Sukhi basa moro parivara, हे वाहिगुरु जी, मेरा जेड़ा परिवार आ वो सुख दे विच वसे, सेवक सिखिया सबे करतारा, जिन्ने भी सेवक आ, जिन्ने भी सिख आ, सारे महाराज, हे करतारा, ओहो सुखी बसे. So Vaheguru ji, may all my Sikhs and my sevaks, hey Kartara ji, hey Creator, may all my Sikhs and my sevaks and my family, may they all reside in ease and comfort. So if we were just going to do that one section at the top first, so may my family reside in ease and comfort. And then along with the servants, the Sikhs, all of them, Maharaj, all the ones that I mentioned above. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to write that down. All right, guys. Hopefully that's enough time for you guys to write those translations down. Now, what do these lines mean to you? So we're not going to touch the first section, which is ਇੱਕ ਓਂਕਾਰ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਪਾਤ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਸਵੀਂ ਕਵਿਓ ਬਾਚ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਚੌਪਈ, chaupai, that which has 4 sections to it, like this right here. Hamri karo haat ter acha, 1 puran hoy chit ki ichha, 2 tab chanan man hai mara, 3 apna jaan karo brat para. But what we're going to do now is, because we have some time, we're going to sing this bani, and we're going to sing it in 2 forms. Probably like the worst singer. Probably like the worst singer here. So you guys are gonna have to bear and listen to my voice for a bit. And I'm gonna ask one of the Sevadars to come on. Amritkaur, if you can come on, because you probably, you're way sweeter voice than I have, right? So we're gonna sing this, but when we sing, so we're gonna sing it in 2 sections, and I'll tell you when we're gonna do the second section. For the first section, when we sing this, I want your focus and your attention on the translation. What does this mean to you? What are you going to write in that section at the bottom? And then for the second one, I'll tell you how we're going to switch up our minds and our concentration, and where we're going to throw our concentration for that section. All right. So Amritkaur, I'll read, I guess, 2 lines, and then you repeat, and then I'll read the other 2 lines. And Sangat, please follow along as well. But during this time, please think of the translation. Hamri karo hath der acha, puran hoye chit ki ichha.
Hamri karo hath der acha, puran hoye chit ki ichha.
तब चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा.
तब चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा.
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो.
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो.
सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख्य सब करतारा.
सुखी बसा मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख्य सब करतारा.
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित की इच्छा.
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा.
तब चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा.
तब चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा.
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो.
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो.
सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख्य सब करतारा.
सुखी बसा मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख सब करतारा.
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा.
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा.
तब चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा.
तब चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा.
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो.
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो.
सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख्य सब करतारा.
सुखी बसा मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख सब करतारा.
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा।
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा।
तब चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा।
तव चरणन मन रहा हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा।
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहि बचावहो।
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दा मोहे बचावहो।
सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख्य सब करतारा।
सुखी बसा मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख सब करतारा।
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा।
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा।
अब चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा।
तब चरणन मन रहा हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा।
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो।
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दा मोहे बचावहो।
सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सख्य सब करतारा।
सुखी बसा मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख सब करतारा।
All right, so now you guys had an opportunity to focus on some of the translations, some of the akhri arth, some of the literal definitions. And while we were singing, you guys are singing along, listening along. You guys had the opportunity to go into some of those literal definitions. Now, what I want you guys to try to do is forget the definitions, forget the meanings, and focus on the ton, focus on the shabd itself, and throw your concentration into your own voice. So, you know, maybe shock yourself. Oh, that's how I hear. That's my voice. Like, dive into that and try to stay in that as long as you can. And if the mind wanders, even if it wanders in the translation, it's just a practice. Bring it back. Bring it back to your voice. And if you're not speaking out loud, listen to your voice internally. हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा। तव चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा।
तब चरणन मन रहा हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा।
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो।
हमरे दोस्त सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दा मोहे बचावहो।
सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख्य सब करतारा।
सुखी बसा मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख सब करतारा।
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा।
हमरी करो हाथ दा रक्षा, पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा।
अब चरणन मन रह हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा।
तव चरणन मन रहा हमारा, अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा।
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो, आप हाथ दे मोहे बचावहो। सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख्य सब करतारा।
सुखी बसा मोरो परिवारा, सेवक सिख सब करतारा।
हमारी करो हाथ दे रक्षा पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा
अब चरणन मन रह हमारा अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा
तब चरणन मन रहा हमारा अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो आप हाथ दे मोह बचावहो
हमरे दोस्त सब्बा तुम कावो हो आप हाथ दा मोहे बचावो
सुखी बस मोरो परिवारा सेवक सिख्य सब करतारा
सुखी बसा मोरो परिवारा सेवक सिख सब्बा करतारा
हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा
हमरी करो हाथ दा रक्षा पूरन होए चित्त की इच्छा
अब चरणन मन रह हमारा अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा
तब चरणन मन रहा हमारा अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा
हमरे दुष्ट सब तुम कावहो आप हाथ दे मोह बचावहो
हमरे दोस्त सब्बा तुम कावो हो आप हाथ दा मोहे बचावो
सुखी बस मोरो परिवारा सेवक सिख्य सब करतारा
सुखी बसा मोरो परिवारा सेवक सिख्य सब्बा करतारा
All right, guys, so we have about 2 minutes left. So now I want you to go back. हमरी करो हाथ है रक्षा पूर्ण हो चित की इच्छा तब चरणन मन रह हमारा अपना जान करो प्रतिपारा. What do these lines mean to you? Please write what this means to you in this section. Not in these last 2 minutes. I mean, you know, we're gonna all depart now, but in your time now, the next 15, 20, 25 minutes, however long it takes you, what's inside you? What does this mean to you? All these beautiful translations you guys are throwing my way. Can this mean this? Write it down here. What does this mean to you at your current state, where you are, anywhere you are right now, emotionally or any place you might be? हमरे दुष्ट सबे तमका वहो आप हाथ में मोह बचा वहो सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा सेवक सिख्या सबे करतारा. And please write the translation, what this actually means to you in this section as well. So this, what we're trying to do here, it's not easy in the sense that it takes work. You're not just sitting here listening to me. You're actually working away. And by the end of it, the beautiful thing that you're going to have is you're going to have your own, first of all, yeah, you'll have your little literal definitions and you'll know what everything means. But you'll also have kind of like a journal. Oh, you know what? This is what this meant to me in this year, or what are we, 2021 right now, and this time. This is what these lines meant to me at this time. You might reflect on this, and you have your poti with you, you have this copy with you, you might reflect on this 5 years down the road, and you might be in a very different place. And what this means to you at that time might be very different. But I mean, this is the beauty of writing. This is the beauty of understanding translations. So I think I'll leave it at that. I know I've made multiple mistakes and things like that. So I do ask for your forgiveness, ask for Maharaj's forgiveness. So thank you all for coming for this section. Please write. If you can, if you want to, feel free to share with some of the sevadars and you know what you guys come up with. I mean, I'd love to read some of that too. I just like to hear beautiful perspectives. You guys have thrown some my way in this chat, and it's already so beautiful. See what you come up with, and whatever we come up with, maybe hopefully we'll present it to like a Pagaji as well. Say, Pagaji, one of the sects, man, they're writing, and this is what they came up with. Can we write this in the steek, in the translations, and see what he has to say. Maybe we might be able to print some of this stuff as well, and can all pitch into the seva that's going on. Thank you all for coming. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.